Hey, you guys, it's your girl Jamila.
And your boy Miles.
We're Lay It on the Line. Welcome back. We missed you guys. So, Miles, what's been going on? Where you been? What's been taking so long?
Oh, I've been MIA. You know, it's been a hot minute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So blame it on me. But charge it to my head, not my heart.
This man stay busy, y'all. But anyway, let's just get into some hot topics today. Welcome back to Lay It on the Line. Like I said, we're going to be posting more frequently. But today we have a different type of show for you guys. We have a new segment. And we have a special guest. And we'll get into that in just a minute. First, hot topics. What I want to talk about. Mr. Tyrese and his wife. Yeah. They're trending.
Oh, yeah? What they told?
Yeah, so what's trending, or what I received from the message on Instagram, Tyrese's wife went and did an interview, and she's basically saying that if she had different people in her ear, she might not have divorced her husband. Now, mind you, she has a toddler child. She was recently married to Tyrese, and I don't know what the specifics are on their relationship, but she basically said, like, her friends and family was in her ear, and they kind of motivated her to divorcing her husband.
Well, that's her first mistake, letting people in your ear. That's like open up the door and letting people in your house. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you don't take no advice from nobody. I mean, you want to get it off your chest, that's cool. But me personally, I won't just tell a person, man, fuck it. Burn out, fuck your husband, fuck your wife. I just say, man, at the end of the day, whenever you feel like what's best for you, or when you feel like you're tired and you're fed up, you make that choice. But I mean, if you can make it work.
Yeah, you know, I really wonder what was said during those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're married, your husband is successful. I think they say she made like $100,000 a year, but she wanted like all this child support money. So I'm wondering, did the motivation behind the divorce come from? Girl, you get so much money and you can leave him and you can take the baby and make him pay child support. You know, like, what could anybody tell you about your husband or your wife that would make you want to leave him?
I mean, nothing really. You know, because behind closed doors, y'all too. Mm-hmm. You know, some people don't give you the full detail of what goes on. It's a cause and effect to everything, like I said.
Yep.
So I can't really pinpoint and say what somebody should and shouldn't do in their own house or with their significant other.
What advice would you give somebody that would come to you and say, you know, I don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking about leaving my husband. Or I'm thinking about leaving my wife. What would you say to them? Well,
personally, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, man, you know what the situation, which can you handle?
And they tell you the situation.
So, I mean, but at the end of the day, if you can't deal with it, then you need to make that choice what you want. But make sure the choice you make, that's the right choice and something that you ain't going to regret or feel that you got, you know, consequence come with it. But I mean, that's the best I can tell you. I'm not going to tell you no more. And then I'm like, fuck that and burn out. You know, like, it is what it is. You got to make your own choice. At the end of the day, you your own man, you your own woman. You got to make the decision on your own.
Yeah, have you ever seen that happen before where girls or men, they go to their friends and their friends be just, girl, you need to leave him, instead of just encouraging them to stay and fix and pray or get counseling to fix their marriage?
Well, females do that shit all the time. That's their
stuff. So you think men do it too?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Men might do, but I know females talk about it all the time. Man don't be like, girls quick to say, women be, I leave, fuck that, I want, but men gonna be like, man, hey, I mean, I feel your pain, do what's best for you. I mean, I ain't heard no dude say, man, fuck that shit, leave that motherfucker. I mean, I ain't saying they don't or they will, but I'm just saying women a lot of women speak because they shit fucked up. Or because they live single, they know what the deal is, and they just rather see her burn out, knowing even though this dude might do a lot for her, but she gon', I want to sit there and take that. You ain't got shit going for yourself.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of people fall victim, you know, to listening to some of their friends. And I'm not going to say I agree when they say, well, don't listen to your single friends, because that's not true. Sometimes your single friends on the outside can see what's going on differently because you're in the situation. But you also have to understand, most of the time, your friends only see what you're telling them. And you might be telling it from your perspective, but your perspective might not even be your husband's perspective. And y'all not talking about it. So he feeling one way, you feeling totally different. And you're telling your friend. So the friend only hear or feel your pain. You go run tell your mama, oh, he did this, he did that. Then you make up and you're mad because your mama don't like him no more. But your mama don't like him because you've only told her all the negative things about your husband. So I feel like if you're going to be that wife that go to your mom and tell your mom all the things that you don't like about your man, make sure you tell your mom all the things that you are doing to your man. That way she can give you a real honest opinion versus a one-sided story. Because should no mother want to see their daughter raise their child alone? or be divorced, you know, if she has a good man or whatever.
Mama might want to bust open.
The mama might, and that's another thing. I hear a lot of women say that their mothers be jealous of them. I've heard that.
Might want to bust
a lot of girls, they be going through these situations where they say that their mamas are their bullies, their mamas are jealous of them. But then you also got to be careful about those frenemies. Sometimes your friends can envy you, mad because you got this rich chocolate husband over here that's paying all your bills, that's taking care of your daughter, and then they might be a single mom and they're miserable, but they want you to be miserable too because they don't want to see you happy because they ain't happy. And women fall for that all the time.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I think we should introduce our new guest.
Yeah.
So with today's special segment, we do have our special guest, Mr. Chill, right here. Mr. Chill, why don't you tell us what our topic is going to be for tonight?
Well, today, honey, our topic for tonight is labeled Bitch Please.
Ooh, Bitch Please sounds very strong. Do you care to elaborate on that topic?
Well, the elaboration of that is, you think of how you wake up every day and you have the opportunity to go to work, you stop at the gas station, you get to work 5 minutes late. It's different situations going on throughout your day. And you feel like sometimes that something occurred, an interaction with another person, whether it be your wife, your brother, your cousin, friend, or whoever it might be. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's people will take you in a direction that you don't really want to go.
Okay, they testing you.
They testing.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes to a point to where you have this emotion that comes up inside of you. And I knew when I brought this topic up, it was going to get a different idea from different people. Mm-hmm. Women will take it one way, men will take it another way. You know, everybody gonna have their own opinion. Mm-hmm. But truth be told, every day in our life we have opportunity to say bitch please.
Every day.
Every day.
I feel so.
I believe so because I think I wanted to say it a couple of times today myself. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, you said that you have emotions. I know that a lot of people, particularly women, they act like men don't have emotions, or that men don't have feelings, or that men don't really go through anything. You know, it's all about us, our feelings and our emotions. You know what I'm saying? So how does, as a man, hearing from a woman that I'm telling you that women feel like men don't have emotions?
Well, first off, thank you. First woman I've ever heard say that she understands that a man does have emotions. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, women in your relationship, their persona of what they believe a real man is kind of unfounded. Mm-hmm. It's hard for a real woman to tell a real man what a real man is because she's never been one. Mm-hmm. She's never had the opportunity to have the earth on her back. You know, there's a statue of Atlas with the earth on his back. There's no statue of Cleopatra with the earth on her back.
Don't think I've seen one.
Yeah. So with that being said, women got that real twisted. And sometimes, you know, when a man had enough of hearing what a man should be, he might just say,
bitch, please.
Yeah, bitch, please. Yep. Bitch, please.
You had to say, have you had to say bitch, please lately?
Shit, I say it every day. Bitch, please. Bitch, it ain't necessary to a woman. It's just to anybody in general. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Folks might come at you and say some crazy stuff. You be like, what? Bitch, please. Pick that up. What? Bitch, please.
But furthermore, you know, like I say, it's not just singled out to relationships.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that attract the most of our attention and the most of our time and the most of our thoughts. So those opportunities present themselves most with our mates. But, I mean, you can be at your job. You know, your supervisor act funny. You know, co-worker act funny. Unnecessary things that they be doing that, you know, you really ain't even got to go that far. You can leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 999 other people in there you could enjoy yourself.
Mr. Bartender.
Yes, sir.
How's it going today, sir?
Yeah, it's going real well. I'm loving the topic, man.
Oh, yeah? What you feel about it?
It's spot on. I like what everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I like it, and it's funny what you said about, you know, being in the house, and Honey talked about earlier about somebody, the women telling on their mothers, or their mothers, turning over and the situations blowing up, and another woman turning on, blowing up another situation.
Yeah.
What was the motivation that she had to tell you that her friend was getting free rent? Was she saying, you need to drop her and come with me?
Come pay my rent.
Bitch, please.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, now I got to look into where your heart is at.
Yeah.
What you want? You running, you telling me this, or you really looking out for me because we friends and we've been friends, or you wanted more than friends?
Yeah.
Right.
And you jealous that she on the spot where you want to be at? And I think it goes deeper. Not to stay on relationships, because it is, it's bigger than that. But even in relationships, sometimes we like to switch roles. Not that a man want to be in a woman's role, but a woman wants to take the man's role.
Yeah.
In a relationship. And that could be in any type of relationship. However, we should understand our roles. And when we start switching up our roles and start thinking that our partner is not doing their part, and you start taking over doing your part and your partner's part, bitch, please. Because inevitably, you're going to discount your partner.
Well,
If you start thinking that I'm doing your part and my part, I no longer even need you. And now you're going to find yourself by yourself.
Yep, and that's exactly where Tyrese's wife found herself, was by herself.
bitch, please.
Beach, please. So I got a question. I like to stay on social media and looking at the hot topics and everything. So right now, what's trending is this one lady. She went on a date with a guy. He took her to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date, and I guess she was like, "Bitch, please." She did not get out the car because she felt like, I guess, she was too good to eat at the Cheesecake Factory on the first date. So now they have a whole list of restaurants that certain women are saying, I don't want to go to this on the first date.
That's cool.
How did we get to this?
cool.
How did we get
cool.
to this part?
That's cool.
That's cool. Why you say it's cool?
I'm glad.
Why I said it was cool? Because that's cool. You got a list, I got a list. And that's how we're going to work.
There you go.
You got a list, I got a list.
Now, I'm glad that you brought up the topic of food. First off, that's fine with me that a woman feel like the Cheesecake Factory is not good enough for her. But we do have a few fine delectables from Realicious Barbecue and Catering. And I feel like that I can go home and cook a woman any meal that we can go out and buy at a restaurant and have more.
That was on the list too. They don't want to go to your house on the first date to eat a dinner.
Once again, that's fine. We ain't got to go to my house. So I'm not saying that was an exchange for her being rude and disrespectful and not being appreciative of anything that the man was offering her. I'm not saying that at all. She can have her choices, like my man has said. That's fine. But the thing about it is this. You choose that today, you're going to choose something different tomorrow. So
if you was in that situation, all three men on the panel, I want to hear, how would you have handled or responded to that situation? If you're in the car and you get ready to open her door and she just refused to get out the car.
first date, last date.
That's it.
First date, last date.
First date, last date.
Grand opening, grand closing.
There's no sitting there that long. We're not going to sit there and negotiate it.
Oh, you're not hungry no more.
Yeah.
You're not hungry.
You always want some chicken nuggets in your freezer.
Because she just told you who she was.
Yeah.
She just told you who she was.
And I got
Maya
enough gas
Angelou
to get
said
her back
leave.
home.
I seen her.
I got enough gas to get you back to the house.
So I just feel like in today's society, it's just a lot different. I'm not that old, but when I first started dating versus to like dating now, just looking at how it is, because everybody put everything on social media. You see the type of dates people go on, you see how they respond, how they act. It just seems very different now, like the expectations that people have. I think it's kind of weird that a woman would wait till she get to the restaurant to say, I don't want to eat this, versus just like, you have a conversation with this person before you go on a date. If you know that you have a list or certain things places you don't want to go, why not just express that in the beginning? Or why even take a date with somebody anyway if you know that you too bougie to go to any place that they have for you?
Check this out. For these women that believe that the woman king is real, what they ought to do is this. Since you so picky and you so choosy, why don't you make all of the plans and make all of the payments?
But that's the thing. They're going to say that you're the man. You're supposed to pick the date, know.
Well, that's what we
Can't
doing.
have it both ways.
Yeah, can't have it both ways.
I'm going to say it again. I say it's some women out there that believe that the woman king is a true story.
The movie, you mean?
Yeah.
With Viola Davis?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to be a woman king and you want to have all of these fancy ways and these things that you like to do and you're not bending, because when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to do what? Compromise, understand, relate to, do some things.
So these are the women that should be single, basically.
No, you don't have to be single, but you're going to have to pick, choose, and probably do a little bit of paying.
Oh, but
if you want to go everywhere that you want. If you only want to do what you want to do,
you're going to need to pay for it.
Come on with it now.
Right. And to me, if a woman or if a person in particular want to do only things that they want to do, you want to pick, you want to pay, you know what you need a man for.
Already.
So seems like that those are the type of women that need to be single, because if you're not allowing a man to be a man, you're not allowing a man to pick the date, pay for the date, take you and treat you out on the date because your standards are here. Maybe you just stay single until you find somebody that is okay with doing everything that you say do, or just be by yourself and do all the things for yourself, and then you won't be disappointed if somebody else don't do that for you. Is that realistic?
Yeah. And that's what makes our topic so relevant, because it's so many different opportunities in this world, because society broadcasts women on a daily basis screaming about how it's no good men out here. But you don't see a lot of commercials or advertising with men screaming, it ain't no good hoes out here.
Or what them freak hoes at? I need one that bend it over and bust
so
it.
The pickings is slim for a decent man too.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people in their own mind, they think they are as good as gold. But until you sharing your life with somebody and actually helping somebody else do what they want to do too, and y'all both happy, you really not as good as you think you are. Yeah. And that goes for man or woman. You know, if your whole life and your only thing in life to do is your way and nobody else's way, it's going to be a little bit hard to, you know, have a child, to have a man, to have a woman, to have a friend.
Yeah, but you have a lot of women now that they just want to have a baby and they don't want a father. They don't want a man to help them raise that child. And I know that's a bitch please moment as well.
No diggity.
But like, I know back in the day, nobody wanted to be a single mother. Everybody wanted to get married. And now you don't really hear too much talk about people wanting to get married unless they just want to get married so they can have a nice little video for their TikTok, you know, so they can do their little dancing. But realistically, you don't hear a lot of songs about getting married, staying married, being in love, catering and caring for your significant other. But you do see a lot of females online getting pregnant and be like, I don't need no baby daddy, or I don't have no baby daddy. So what happened what do you think happened that caused women to just only want, first it's like, I don't need a sperm donor. Now it's like, all they want is a sperm donor, because again, they don't want to do what you say do. They want to do it on their own, the way that they want to do it. So if they can push the man out the picture, they can raise their child how they want to raise their child, and they don't have to answer to nobody.
And
social media got their head fucked up. They all out here want to say, I find me a good dude, get a baby, I'm going to hit child support on them, let them pay me, then I can still be out here thugging with their rounds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that? I think it was Nas.
You know what I'm saying?
I keep my ear in social media. Nas, they say he paid his ex or his baby mama like all these thousands of, maybe like millions over the years, and now she don't have a place to stay, or now she can't afford her place to stay because the child is grown now. Yeah. But all the millions that he paid her, she had this lavish lifestyle. She didn't prepare for her future. And I don't know if she's seeking help now, but I would think that would be a bitch please moment.
Yeah. The sad thing about it is, and you keep hitting on the social media, because the social media aspect is the major influence of it. And it's funny because women are more impressionable than men.
You think so?
I know so.
And the sad part about it, women are more impressionable from other women. The very reason why women are bending over and twerking and showing their ass and wanting to get Brazilian butt lifts and all that stuff, the reason that they're doing that is to impress another woman.
It's not to impress themselves?
No. It's not to impress themselves. If they got good status with another woman, then they do it. If another woman looks at a girl and says she's a bad bitch, then she thinks, job well done. She's not even asking the man. Because a man don't want to see all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, what about this one? To piggyback on what he's saying, you have women that leave their house every day, and basically when they get dressed, they dress how they want to dress, right? Now, if they ask their man, he gotta lie to him.
Why he gonna lie?
Well, because she's gonna get attitude and she gonna still wear what she wanna wear, but she gonna wear it with attitude this time. That's just the way it goes. When they ask you, do you like this outfit? They don't even like the outfit. But you got to tell them, oh, baby, yeah, that's you right there.
I don't know about that one, Chill. If I ask my man about my outfit, first of all, I'm not wearing it if I don't think I look good in it. And I don't dress up for nobody but myself. I need to turn myself on when I look in the mirror. Okay. So it ain't for them other bees and hoes out there. It's for me. Okay. But I am going to ask my man, do I look good in this? How my booty sitting in this outfit? You know what I'm saying? His opinion, it matters to me.
To you?
Yeah, okay. It does.
It should.
Have you ever heard a song called One in a Million? You understand what I'm saying? What you're talking about is not every day. What you're talking about is something rare and special that you and your man may have. But what I'm telling you about is what men go through out here that have not been married for 32 years or 31 years or 20 years. I'm talking about the day-to-day interactions with women.
Give me some, share some of your experiences of day-to-day dealing with the females that we have right now. Because I know now, you said it, social media is big, but on social media you see a lot of women that your Sexy Reds and your Sukihanas and your Lottos, Megan Thee Stallions. I do feel like that does have an influence over how women behave. But as a man, the way women are now in 2023 versus, a couple years ago, how do you compare? How do you handle something like that?
Give me 1 second, because for this topic, since the names that you brought up, they create some type of a spark. So I'm going to create that type of spark. If y'all don't mind out there in TV land. This is what we talking about. You talking about your grandmother, my mama probably. You're talking about people that since the corona has hit has passed away from us. So the history that we used to have, or somebody that's going to look at you and make you feel shamed about that bullshit that you're doing out there in the world, you wouldn't do it in front of your grandmother, you wouldn't do it in front of your mama. But now that your mama gone, your grandmother gone, you'll do it in front of his mama and his grandmother.
That's a true statement.
We done got lost somewhere.
Yeah. And I guess that goes back to parenting and being a young parent, not knowing the boundaries or not holding your children accountable for certain things. Because like I said, it is certain things that if I know that my mama is going to be on Facebook, I might not post.
Man, these jokes don't give a damn no more.
Check this out. That's how you heard of the word double standard, right?
Yes. We live in a
quadruple standard.
A quadruple?
Yeah. The game flips and flips and flips until the last person wins who's talking. I say the game flips and flips and flips until the last person wins who's talking. Okay. That's how the type of society that we live in here right now. If I'm doing it, and this is what I'm going to do. From everything that I say, I'm going to say it from a woman's standpoint first, because they're going to always say he coming back from man. Women. Okay. If you feel like that you single and you independent and you Wonder Woman and you got it going on, you can do whatever you want to do. Choose carefully the man that you decide to be with. Because every man not going to understand you and your woman walking into a restaurant, you open this door, she go open that one on her own.
Somebody do that? People do that? Women do that?
You asked me about life experiences, or you asked me to be fake about it?
No. I want you to be real. I'm
telling you the truth here.
Because if the mother of that person that's walking to the other door, did your mom teach you that when you walk up to a door with a man, allow that man to open that door for you?
Whose fault is it? I'm 53. I just met you. Why is it my fault that you don't know about? Why is it my fault?
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not your fault. But that is a teachable moment. So when you get with the woman and she walks to the other door, she ain't been taught that it's a man's, job to open the door. So you can teach her, hey, babe, let me open that door for you.
But that same woman will tell you what a man is, what a real man is.
Hold on. I want you to finish on that. I want you, because I want to relate that back to what you said earlier. That's a teachable moment. So is pulling up to Cheesecake Factory and you not getting out the car a teachable moment too?
Well, okay, that is not a teachable moment, but it can be an opportunity to teach somebody. So that man who met that woman when he got out the car to open the door and she told him, I'm not going to eat at the Cheesecake Factory. that should have been a teachable moment to her, to where she needs to
Right.
find a man that would be okay with not taking her
No.
to the Cheesecake Factory.
No.
That's a teachable
No.
moment to teach her right then that, look, you're going to have to lower your standards.
No, she doesn't have to lower
I'm talking about lower
her.
your-
Get with
you gotta
somebody
get
that's
the money.
gonna do that.
This is
And
a
that's
time.
what I said.
Go
It's
get
few
somebody
minutes
that's
ago.
gonna do that.
This is
When
an
you are
opportunity
that
to
independent.
learn a person. We're on the first date. If I bring you the cheesecake, she don't know that man could have just been testing her.
Well, actually, I think that his
His
plans
cake may not
got
even been Cheesecake Factory.
I think he had a different reservation,
Yeah, she
and
got
it got
late.
canceled, and she was late. So that's how they end up at Cheesecake.
See?
Now, I'm not taking up or condoning
I
this
get it,
lady's
I get
behavior.
it.
What I'm
Teachable
saying
moment.
is, when you so bougie, or when you feel like you better than the Cheesecake Factory, then she should have did her research. Don't
Yeah.
date a
Who's
guy
this guy?
that is gonna be okay with going to the Cheesecake Factory. Go get you a rich dude, or a dude that don't mind wasting his money on somebody that he don't know if he gonna get a second date with. Me personally, if a man take me to the Cheesecake Factory on the first, second, third, or last date, I don't care, because it's not about where we're going to eat.
about
I'm
getting
here
to know
try
each other.
Exactly.
Know each other.
I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's what I'm talking
people
about.
are too
That's the teachable moment,
materialistic.
because at that time, it's not about, Lord, at one particular time or another, we all had to dial ourselves back. And I'm not saying lower yourself and who you're going to be today and tomorrow. I'm saying check the scene.
Yeah.
Check the thing.
Well, I think that
you
she
get an
couldn't have
opportunity
been
to
sitting
see-
there recording it anyway. Like, to me, I couldn't have been. I say this all the time. I'm so glad that I'm not a man, but I think that in my previous life I was a man, because too many people tell me that I don't think like the average woman. You know, I don't think that I don't think like the average woman. I think that I just open my mind to see things from both points of views. But me as a man taking this woman on a date to the Cheesecake Factory, when she's sitting there with her phone recording, and then she's talking about how I'm at the Cheesecake Factory, I'm gonna need you to get out my car, call you an Uber. You're not gonna go with me
I'm gonna be
nowhere.
honest with you. I don't know. I know me.
Couldn't have been me.
Couldn't, because what I would have did, I would say no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take you home first, last day. She don't wanna go home. I take her to the restaurant she wanna go to. I walk in and everything, settle down and everything. That's I'll be right back.
So you gonna do her like the oyster girl thing?
Girl.
I'll be right back. But
Go
then,
in there, let her order
everything you want. But I'm gonna be gone before she order.
But check this.
I'm gonna be gone before she order.
That's
Just because
bitch,
I feel
please,
like,
always.
because I feel like two
Let's
things.
see.
One, you waste my time when I planned something for us the first time. You didn't show up. You late. Second, now I pull up, say, here this look. We just trying to meet each other, get to know each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you trying to be picky.
Yeah.
So okay, so you want to waste my time and play me these games? Okay, I got time today to play these same games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play these same games.
Like
with
you
you.
say, first
Call
day,
it what it
last
is.
day.
But at the end of the day, you gonna get out my car or
Right.
or get your ass on to the high. Because
Yeah.
now I feel like now you done just
Yeah, she playing you
you
anyway.
you trying to play the bull crap, right? So
Yeah.
so my thing is fuck all that. I'm too grown for these bullshit that game. But at the end of the day, so I'm like this here. So you want to go to a fancy restaurant? Okay, when I take you to the fancy restaurant, you gonna give me a shot of that cop?
Huh.
Wow.
You can't, huh? You gonna give me a shot of that?
Wow.
Because you got expectations to take you out to a nice restaurant. Hey, I feel like that's 3 months, 4 down relationship type goal, 6 months down the goal. You want me to
What?
drop out? I'm just saying, period. We got time in. You want me to take steak 50, 48, wherever the fuck you want to go, top of
And you
line,
wanna know
steak,
her.
and you want me to order.
Yeah.
Okay, on the first date.
Okay.
Well, I feel like shit. I get some head something. Head what
Head
shots
shots
and
and
what?
whatnot.
Head
Okay,
shots
so
and
now
whatnot,
I'm gonna say,
son.
bitch, please.
Shit, hey, well, okay then. My point. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about double standards before. Why is it okay for a woman to be emotional or to express her feelings, but it's not okay for a man to do it? That doesn't mean that he's not strong. Doesn't mean that he's not a man just because he has feelings. And for the women in the world that think that men showing their emotions is weak, shame on you, because that's just crazy to think that a human shouldn't have emotions.
Maybe somebody figure it out.
I think they will, but I think also,
What?
not to be like the devil's advocate, when a man do express his emotions, just because how women have been programmed and trained, just make sure that that person that you want to share your emotions with is somebody that you can trust or somebody that actually loves you. It's not fair that you cannot be your authentic self and be emotional, express your emotions in front of the person that you're dating. But just because how some women have been raised, I would suggest don't share your emotions with a woman if she not the one.
Well, I'm not gonna express my emotions with a woman unless I know we're gonna be together. And a lot of women try to use that, what you tell them as a advantage. You can't hurt my feelings. I don't give a damn. I know I got a big ass belly, so what can you say? Bitch, I would talk about you bad. I'm not to play with. I would hurt your feelings how you hate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I mean, that's a true statement though. So, you know, but I feel like some cats like to talk and tell everything to another woman. I'm not telling everyone my whole fucking. You don't need to know nothing. All you need to know on how we can meet each other. What's up? What we got going on? Like, don't worry about nothing else. Yeah, and we good. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about shit else. I'm not asking you about nothing else, but where we can go.
Well, that's it. Got it. All right. So, Mr. Chill.
Yes, ma'am.
Miles just gave us his bitch please moment. Give me a scenario or experience of a bitch please moment.
Okay. Well, just an introduction to that before I get into my bitch please moment. I want everybody in TV land to understand that this program is not about bashing women, and it's not about that image is only projected when it's dealing with your partner. What I am saying again is that it can go from a woman to her man. It can go from a man to his woman. It can go from a family member to a friend. The bitch please moment is a universal term that anyone can use when the time is right. Understand that. With that being said, this bitch please moment is brought to you by Daikin, a company out in Waller, Texas that I used to work for. When I first came into this job, I met a manager. I was working there temporary, part-time type position. And they have a 90-day policy to be hired on. Well, this guy was younger than me when I started the job, but he was in a management position, right? And he went to his supervisor after I worked for him for about 30 days and told his supervisor, say, look, we need to go on and rush him and get him into the company. I think he's going to be a good fit. I like what he's doing. With that being said, he rushed me into the company. I got it hired on permanent with all benefits and everything in about 80 days. And most people had to take 120, 130 days to get hired. This same person that rooted for me to get on with the job, when I became a full-time employee with the company with benefits and all of that, the entire game switched. What they presented to me as being a problem was that I was working too fast and that I was causing them to, the other employees to get less overtime for the company. And corporate office sent some sort of an award or something that the company gets for productivity on how much product they put out every year. The first year that I came on with the company, they exceeded all years before. With that being said, now it seems like maybe we should talk to this new guy that they done hired. So for some reason, I had no knowledge of any of this. This was going on in corporate. But the guy that hired me on, he had direct knowledge of this information. So long story short, he started to become a problem for me. The same person that brought me on became a problem to where he wanted to discredit me so that he'd have an excuse to, I guess, fire me or move me away from his area because he felt some type of problem. I had no intentions on going for a job. I was enjoying what I was doing, getting the overtime that I was getting. A lot of times people in corporate offices and especially in construction or warehouse type positions, they on salary. I make more money for you as an entrepreneur, so to speak, hiring my services on by coming in and working as many hours as I can. That's what I used to think. So with all that being said, the same guy that rooted for me and put me in the position is the same guy that turned on me and tried to get me thrown out. It didn't work. I just moved to another facility, kept right on working and kept right on flourishing under other management. And I went and stayed as long as I wanted to over there away from him. And we got separated. But we had a problem one day to where he was bringing me into the office and he thought that he was threatening me by saying, well, would you like to talk to my boss? And I said, yes, I would like to talk to your boss.
Right, go up the chain.
And so when he brought his boss in and we came and we sat down and we was talking, and he asked me, he said, what is that notebook that you have in front of you? And I said, well, in the immortal words of Ice Cube, this is a little book of my poems. right? So I opened it up, and it had dates for about 8 months back, to where I had been taking notes of all of the little funny things that they had been doing to me, because I'm older, I'm smarter, and I'm wiser than a young supervisor. That rhymes, right? Okay. So he came to me with this game, and when he got in front of his boss, I never told him, I've been taking notes on you. I know how the EEOC work. I know how the games y'all play. I know how y'all are. We in a state where you can fire someone for no reason. So at will state. So anyway, when I opened up the notebook, and the guy, his supervisor, took a few looks and went to the front of it and saw the date, and went to the back of it and saw the date, and looked at key incidents that he know that he's heard of, written in detail on the date with the time and the names of the people in it. He say, can you excuse us for a minute, Will? So I step out the office. He closed the door. And about 10 minutes later, the supervisor comes out, his boss comes out and says to me, thank you, I appreciate the good job that you're doing. You don't have to worry about it. You won't be bothered anymore. Go back to your job.
Did they let the other guy go?
No, they didn't let him go. But they told him, get up off me. Bitch, please. That's my moment.
And he thought that he was going to get you in trouble.
Yes. And it didn't work. So, sometimes you can't avoid the bitch, please. You know. So that's what I need y'all to know. Sometimes you got to let the bitch fly.
Yeah. What about you? You have a bitch please moment? Or what? Let me ask you this question. We done heard two bitch please moments. One
I
from like
bitch please moment.
You did give up the bitch
I'm
please
just
moment.
picking up on something we left off.
Bitch, please.
How do you think a person gets to the bitch please moment?
It's a struggle. It's several different ways to get there with somebody riding like Chill was talking about, with somebody riding your back, and it's look, I done had about enough of you. I done had enough of that. And in a relationship, I guess you can sum it up the same way. I done had enough of you. And it gets to that point. To even go all the way back to the Cheesecake Factory, opening up the door, and you not getting out of the car, that I done had enough of you. But I think a lot of it, the root is how do two people get there to, if you're in a relationship, whether that be a job with a supervisor, I can equate to, the supervisor not really appreciating who he is. The supervisor not appreciating who he is and appreciating what he gonna stand for. I see what you're doing to me. I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. I've been around here a long time. Said he older and he wiser, and he got a young supervisor. So if that be the case, the inexperience didn't let him know that I'm not going to put up with you. I seen you come and I seen you go. The types of you, the same way that men or women have seen different of the people that they're in relationship with. And when he gets there and you start recognizing signs that's taking you somewhere you don't want to go. When I'm talking about navigating directions and whatnot. And if you find yourself in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, because too often homeboys are down with each other, and then they find out that their situation going somewhere. They might not say nigga please or bitch please or whatever the case may be, but they mean it.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with you no more, is what they gonna say. Why? Bitch please. You know what the fuck you on. You see what I'm saying? And when people start dealing, and girls dealing with women and dealing with situations like that, why? Because they found themselves navigating in a direction that's going contrary to where they want to go. And so when you get to that point, whatever it is, that's the bitch please moment. I've gone as far as I can go. This 4-way stop sign, I'm about to go left on your ass. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And bitch please. So that's where it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Whoop, there it is. Makes sense to me.
You said to me, I'm like, what?
You have another bitch please moment.
I didn't have
you didn't have one before.
Explain to me how my first one was a bitch.
You said it. Okay, go and give us one. Go and give us one.
When you told us about the young lady that was
trying to take the free rent.
She was getting her rent
way early when we first.
Oh, you want to give another one?
Okay.
All right, well, we ain't got nothing to say.
Give us another scenario.
Well, here we go.
We back at it. Where people get you can get you twisted and mixed up, and however the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's relationships, homies, friends, cousins, brothers, whatever the case may be, it's gonna just be a straight, you got me fucked up, bitch please, type action. But at the end of the day, man, it just, hey, I tell you like this, stay out of all of them way, stay focused, and just keep doing what you're doing. And before we go, would you like to say something there, Jamila?
Yeah. I don't like to have the bitch please moment at all. I just think that a lot of times people just need to be real. They need to be honest. They need to tell the truth. You know, people go out on dates and they try to meet people and they try to be who they think that person wants them to be. You know, or people do things in their lives and they're not doing it because it's what they want to do. It's because it's what they saw their parents do. And the part that's confusing to me is if you saw your mama fail or if your mom is not doing successful in life, why would you aspire to be like your mom instead of aspiring to be better than her to make her proud?
That's a good question to ask them, but a lot of them won't be able to give you an answer to that.
And it's sad because their parents didn't teach them any better. Just like we were talking earlier when we were on break, you were saying, you know, like you have some women, you can go up to the door and you open a door and she go through the other door. I've heard some women say, I don't need him to open my door. I can open my own door. And I'm like, but why would you want to open your own door if the man is opening the door for you so that you could go ahead of him?
Back to the woman king things and finalize that situation. When I say the woman king thing is that these women, you know, I was saying earlier that men since the beginning of time have had to work hard, go out there and get money, take care of family, take care of bills, pay for things, right? In recent times, as far as amounts of money that's being paid for certain jobs that women hold, they're making a nice amount of change for doing certain things that back in the day, it wasn't that type of money involved in it, or they wasn't necessarily in that field getting that type of money, right? And it's that these women, some of them have gotten to the point to where they have become Superwoman, Cleopatra Jones, all in one, person. And what I'm saying is this, you gonna let somebody in, but make sure that the one that you let in is the one that you're gonna have to understand where he coming from too. Yeah. And you cannot reel a man in like a fish and be like, I'm gonna toss him back out at my leisure, right? Because that fish he gonna fight back too. He might want to get up off the hook. He might want to just avoid it altogether and just eat something that's floating freely in the water. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of women, they feel like you have to accept who they are, where they came from, how they were raised. You don't have to accept that. She has to accept that the person that's across from her, he's with it or he's not. And as soon as she realizes that he's not with it, if I resist that, then if you give a damn, we're going to talk about it. But if I resist and you resent.
But you know what? That happens all the time. You have a man that have his standards, have his boundaries, and the woman is showing you who she is. She's showing you that she's not willing to compromise. She's showing you that she got attitude. She's showing you that she want to do things her way and don't want you to tell her nothing. Y'all ignore those red flags.
No, ma'am.
A lot of people do. That's how you got a lot of men that end up with women that they don't even like. Because for one, especially the younger men, you're not thinking with this right here. And it's causing you to make bad decisions. It's causing you to ignore the red flags. And then you get caught up and it's too late and you got a baby. You done got married and you're not even happy with this person because this person is expecting you to be who they want you to be instead of accepting you for who you really are.
All of that is true. All of that is accurate. This is what I'm saying. As humans, we like to interact with the opposite sex. Every man, every woman, vice versa. Across the board. You have to set a timeline in your mind, your understanding, your discernment of what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with soon. Soon doesn't mean, hey, how you doing? You come to this Kroger all the time. That ain't soon. Soon is a date. Soon is sitting in the park. Soon is talking on the phone. However long it takes for those things to transpire, for you to get to that point. Whatever your bell ringer is. Ding, 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 ding. There it is. I'm out of here.
So is that just a natural feeling or is it a set amount of days,
It
weeks,
should
months.
be a natural feeling. Like I said, it's a feeling of discernment. If I feel, because once again, it goes back to, we ain't gonna argue about men and women both can have feelings too, because women think they the coldest. If they say it or think it in their head, it's true. It's done, but it is totally true because she thought it. And you can be looking at her like, I swear to fucking God, man.
So is it a lot of women that you feel think that way?
A whole lot of motherfuckers think
They think it in their head.
That's what it is.
True.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's some women out here. Now you can say what you want about
Why
how
do you think this is?
Why?
You can say what you want about how you were raised and where you came from and what your mama and your daddy did. But at a certain point in your life, at a certain age, you got to take total responsibility for what you're doing, what you're thinking. The same thing my brother was saying. What you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're acting. Some people, it takes them 10 years to figure out something is wrong. Some people, it take them 2 years. Some people, it take them 2 weeks.
Right.
It's different for each person.
Right.
But it's got to be a level of comfortability that you're at. That you feel like, I can stand this for 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you can't stand it, it's time to keep it moving before you get really attached with all those things you were just naming.
Right.
Pregnancy, having a kid.
But people act like they're afraid to part ways. Like, oh, we already dated, we already messed around.
Run
And they feel like they
Run tell that lie,
keep making it work.
That's what they tell in their head.
How old are you now?
How old am I?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm 45.
Okay. Is there anybody that you have met right now that you could not have been 45 without?
No.
Okay. End of discussion. You don't have to. It's my point. No one has to. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
It's about what you want and who you want it with.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Everybody can give everybody an excuse for doing everything. Mm-hmm. That's your business. Mm-hmm. But what you do for yourself, that's your real business.
Yeah. Hold yourself accountability for your own
For
goddamn
yourself.
self.
If you
And a lot of
can
people don't
do
do
what
that.
you're doing and live with it, that's really all that matters. All it boils down to. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what that person thinks, the other person thinks, the church thinks. If you are able to go to sleep, if you are able to take care of yourself, and if you are able to continue to prosper in your own life, you cannot be concerned. When you were saying about Tyrese's wife, what her friend said, bitch, please.
Yeah.
How old are you? I would ask her the same. How old are you, ma'am? And is there anyone in your life that you could not have made it to the age that you are now without it? Where would you have died if you hadn't met Miles? Where would you have died if you hadn't met Will?
Yeah.
Where would you have died at?
Yeah.
What is it that would have happened differently because you met it? You understand what I'm saying? So we just have to learn.
Live without him.
It would have been doing it for 3 weeks. He's my everything.
He's my everything.
What's he everything about?
I don't know when I would feed
for them.
True story, man. True story, man. I had a chick, man. He was together for about a hot year and a half, maybe. Now,
May not have a year to tell it, but go ahead.
we start spending time with each other. I mean, I'm baffled, man. You know, it's really crazy to me. I love her to death, but you know, some things that women say. You know, women say that man will say anything, get in my clothes, right? Mm-hmm. Women say some damn shit too, though.
Man,
you understand what I'm saying? Women will say some insane things to keep you in their bed too.
Really?
Yeah. What? This being the point. Since you haven't called me, I have not been able to get any sleep because I have gotten used to sleeping with you. And now that you're no longer spending the night in my bed, I no longer sleep. So sleep is obsolete.
I can believe it.
I can believe that. You can believe that?
What that got to do with me?
I struggle. You're not here.
Yes,
That's what it is.
I can't sleep no more because you're not in the bed next to me.
This is
He ain't got elbows on the
the killer though. This the killer. This the kicker of the whole thing, right? You was getting good rest when we were fighting every day. When we was fighting, you rest like a baby.
Yeah.
But when we agreed that I would get out of your way, You can no longer sleep. Well, I'll be there.
Some people like to be toxic.
Yeah.
That
goes back
turns
to
them on.
what's the most toxic shit you
And,
like?
and you know what? The new thing for that is for toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
Deuces! I'm outie, baby.
Yeah,
5,000. ASAP Rocket.
Yeah.
You understand me?
But y'all should be doing that because if men stop letting women get away with all the BS that they're
They
doing,
stop all the BS they doing.
Exactly.
You got right. But we won't band together.
Y'all
You I won't put up with. Who you will.
No.
Who you won't. Put up with. But that shit was so. Hell no. You know, man. But realistic. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You got Sugar Daddy, Mac Daddy, Pump Daddy, Booty Daddy. All of these flavors of nigga out here when it's only one real flavor of man.
Yeah.
And it's the one that stands up for himself.
And you got
you like a woman. A woman treated like
you got women out here. You got women out here trying to. You got women out here convincing, telling niggas. It's like I see now. It's time to the point now. Motherfuckers say and do anything.
Men and women.
Men and women. I'm to the point now. You see a bad little broad. I be like, what you do? What's your freaky level? Like, because these hoes out here now to my eating ass. These niggas to my eating ass. I don't even want to meet a broad.
I seen a video today where
I'm
this
talking
guy
about
was saying that
most beautiful looking women in the world. I'll be like, nah, it ain't no meeting and kissing.
Say that question again.
These hoes and
no,
niggas out
you
here.
met her and you asked her what?
Oh, I ain't asked her shit. I was
said
speaking.
when you meet a woman, what you said?
You see me women now, you need to ask them what's they freaking like. What type of freaking
Oh,
shit you
okay,
like
I
doing?
thought you said you asked her that.
No, that's what you got to now, because these motherfuckers out here outrageous.
But check this out though.
You know what I'm saying? But the point, what I'm saying is, why what?
Why?
Why what? Ask them?
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be
that. Why would that be an introduction to meeting a woman? What is your
these
level?
No, they ain't. You need to find out. These hoes freaky.
He's saying find it out, and that goes to a whole different element of a relationship.
So on what date do you have those type of
We
conversations?
just brief conversations, depending on how y'all flow and want each other. If y'all flow conversation going smooth, you be like, shit, you know, might come, you know, hey man, what's your level? You like, what all you like to do in the bedroom? I'm your man. What type of freaky level you like to get with me?
But if a guy asks me that on the first date, I'm
not
turned
saying
off.
the first date.
You'll spend more time investigating.
I'm not going to investigate. Yeah,
you'll spend more time investigating the job to find out if
what
it's
type
a
of
good
company
fit
you work for.
Yeah,
and the company that you work for, and they will in turn do background checks on you to make sure you're a good fit for them.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't do that for the relationships you in.
exactly.
And then you later find out, like, who has gone to a job and was working on the job, and as you were in there working, say you in a warehouse or something, find out that you trafficking drugs before you did your research. Who found out that you trafficking humans? That you in there selling cats for ground meat? You know, or whatever the case. Why? Because we do our research when it comes to those type of relationships. Yeah. But when it comes to relationships, I don't necessarily say that I'm gonna come out and ask.
No, I'm not gonna come out.
On their freak level.
Nah,
but really
it's gonna be a conversation.
But really and truly, that's a very important
because
question.
I need to know.
Because
I don't need to get your look out of my goddamn face.
You don't want to be in a long-term relationship with the once a weeker, and you good to go 4 times a week.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, whatever the case, you need to know.
These females out here, these niggas letting these females peg them, or whatever the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? So what type of kid? He a man? No, any nigga that let you stick his finger in his ass is a.
Oh man, I ain't even know what peg it was.
That's what they call it.
Oh,
that's what they call it.
That was
they call it. Yeah, females call any peg.
Yeah, Scarface homeboy.
Oh, that's what I say. They
insanity.
They do it too. So I just said, hey man, there's too much going on, man. I hear this world.
We have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, the man sitting there next to us, he travels and he looks for these type of things.
No. I don't look. I don't look. No. What I'm saying is, it's in your face. It's in your face.
It'll never be in my face. I really am so put no. Everybody I meet, are you crazy? We having fun, but we ain't having that much fun. Let me see your freak level. No, see your freak level. No.
All right, so that's a bitch, please. We got 5 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up, but before we go, I just want to ask each of the fellas on the panel. Start with you, Miles.
What you got?
If you go back to your younger self, what would you tell yourself and refer to bitch, please?
What I would tell my younger self? Shit, nothing really. Tell my motherfucker, bitch, get out my face. That's it.
Who get out your face?
Bitch, whoever, get out my face. Not just
Talk
saying
to your
women.
younger self. What advice would you give your
I ain't got no advice to give my younger self. I had goddamn good time all the way up to now. Ain't nothing I changed.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
What about you, Chip? If you can go back to your younger self, what would you advise yourself?
He stole my answer.
wow.
But realistically, I tell myself to just understand and cherish what I had in my hands when I had it, to be able to do
What
more
you need to
for
do.
myself in the future.
Yeah.
That's
Good
what I would
advice.
tell myself.
Good advice.
I tell myself, I go back to talk to myself to make sure I don't have as many bitch please moments. I go back and tell myself, spend more time with myself and hearing who I am in any type of relationship. And if you don't like me, fuck you. You know, and it's better if you tell me up front that you don't like me, because that's gonna cut down my bitch please moments. If I'm more in tune with myself, and I share that with you, and you don't want to fuck with me, then you just save you a bitch please moment. Not me. You just save yourself. Because if you take me for who I am and then you go sideways, bitch please. That's what I tell me.
Whoop, whoop. It is. But anyway, we about to end this here. Thanks for joining us. It's your boy Miles.
Your girl Jamila. Lay it on the line. Catch y'all next time.
We out.